Ladies and gentlemen, success begins with a mindset. It's not about your circumstances, your resources, or even your talents. It's about how you think. Your mindset shapes your attitude, and your attitude will ultimately shape your destiny. It's the lens through which you view the world. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you have to first think in an extraordinary way. Now, let me tell you, this success is not an accident. It's a decision. And every decision begins with the thoughts we choose to entertain. So how do we develop a mindset that will propel us forward, even when the road gets tough? I'm going to share with you 7 key points that will help you develop a mindset for success. These principles, if applied with consistency and discipline, will change the way you think and, in turn, change the way you live. The first key to developing a powerful mindset is to take full responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others. Stop making excuses. The moment you accept that you are the one who is responsible for your success or failure, you empower yourself. You no longer wait for things to happen, you make things happen. Remember, your circumstances don't control you, your mindset does. When you own your life, you take control of your future. The mind can either be your greatest asset or your worst enemy. A positive attitude is the foundation of all success. It's not about ignoring the challenges, it's about facing them with the belief that you can overcome them. Every day, choose to see the good in situations, in people, and in opportunities. The more you practice optimism, the more your mindset will become one of possibility and growth. To develop a successful mindset, you need a clear direction. Setting big, audacious goals will stretch your thinking and force you to grow. Write down your goals, make them specific, and give them a deadline. Then, take consistent, massive action towards them. If you're not aiming at something big, then you're probably aiming at nothing. A goal without a plan is just a wish, so plan your work and work your plan. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of success. People with a growth mindset understand that every setback is a lesson. When you fail, don't see it as defeat, but as feedback. Learn from your mistakes, adjust your strategy, and try again. Those who embrace failure with grace will find success waiting for them on the other side. Remember, the greatest rewards often come from the greatest challenges. A successful mindset is a mindset that is always learning. Don't wait for others to change your life. Take responsibility for your own growth. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars, and surround yourself with people who inspire you. The more you grow, the more capable you become. Personal growth is not just a nice to have, it's a must-have for anyone who wants to build a life of success and fulfillment. The people you spend time with will either lift you up or bring you down. Choose to surround yourself with people who inspire, motivate, and challenge you. Great minds think alike, so make sure you're in the company of people who have a growth mindset, who are committed to success, and who believe in you. Your network is your net worth. The right people will help you see things you couldn't see on your own and push you to become the person you're meant to be. Mindset alone is not enough. You must also take consistent action. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people consistently do the things they know they need to do, whether they feel like it or not. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Develop daily habits that move you closer to your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Small actions, compounded over time, lead to extraordinary results. In summary, the key to success lies in your mindset. It's not enough to wish for success, you must prepare for it. Develop the mindset of someone who is committed, who learns from every experience, and who is always moving forward. Success doesn't just happen, it's built step by step, thought by thought, action by action. So ask yourself, what kind of mindset do you want to have? If you want to live an extraordinary life, then start by thinking in extraordinary ways. Your thoughts create your world. Now go out and build the future you deserve. Let me tell you something that will change your life. If you truly understand it, you are responsible for your life. Not the government, not your parents, not your boss, you. Now, I know that might sound simple, but let me tell you, it's one of the most profound and powerful shifts you can make in your life. Once you grasp this concept, everything else will begin to fall into place. Most people are quick to blame their circumstances. They say, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, or I didn't get the breaks, or it's too late for me. Now they make excuses. And here's the thing, excuses are the language of the weak. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you have to speak the language of responsibility. You see, taking responsibility means that you no longer give away your power. The moment you stop blaming others for your situation, you take back control. Instead of looking outside yourself for answers or for someone to come fix things for you, you start looking inward. You realize that your results in life are a direct reflection of the choices you've made and the actions you've taken or not taken. The key here is ownership. You own your choices, your actions, your attitude, your success, and yes, even your failures. When you take responsibility, you stop being a passive observer of your life and become an active participant in it. You stop waiting for things to happen to you and you start making things happen for you. You start creating your future rather than reacting to it. Now, taking responsibility isn't always easy. It requires humility. It requires you to look at your own mistakes, face them, and learn from them. It's much easier to say, it's not my fault, or it's just the way things are, but those are excuses. And excuses keep you stuck. When you take responsibility, you free yourself from that mental prison. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the architect of your destiny. The power to change your life is in your hands. It's about making a decision to stop complaining and start doing something about it. When you accept full responsibility, you stop asking why things happen to you and start asking, what can I do now? That's where real growth begins. Understand this life doesn't happen to you, life happens because of you. You're not just a passenger in your own life, you're the driver. So take the wheel, own it, take full responsibility for where you are and for where you're going. When you do, the entire world opens up to you because once you take responsibility, everything changes, you change, and your life changes. Let me ask you a question. What is your attitude like? Because here's the truth, your attitude will determine your altitude in life. It's not your circumstances that define you, it's your attitude toward those circumstances. It's the lens through which you view the world, and that lens can either open doors or close them. A positive attitude is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but life isn't always positive. Bad things happen. People disappoint us. We face challenges. And that's true. But here's the secret. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. It's your response that matters more than the situation itself. When you cultivate a positive attitude, you stop allowing external events to dictate your mood or your mindset. You start looking for the silver lining even when things aren't perfect. You choose to see the opportunity in every challenge. Yes, life can be tough, but a positive attitude allows you to rise above it, to keep your head up when others are looking down, to keep moving forward when others stop. It's easy to get caught up in negativity. It's easy to complain about the economy, the weather, the people around you, or the way things are. But let me tell you, this complaining never solved the problem. In fact, it only compounds the problem. When you adopt a positive attitude, you break the habit of complaint. You refuse to dwell on the things you can't control and focus on the things you can. You learn to see obstacles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. A positive attitude isn't about ignoring the difficulties of life. It's about meeting those difficulties with optimism and determination. It's about having the faith that no matter what happens, you'll find a way to make it work. And the more you practice this, the more it becomes part of your character. It's not something you do just when things are going well. It's something you decide to embody every day, regardless of the circumstances. Here's what happens when you cultivate a positive attitude, you start to attract positive results. Positive thinking leads to positive actions. When you see things through a positive lens, you become more open to opportunities, more creative in solving problems, and more resourceful in finding solutions. People will want to be around you because a positive attitude is contagious. And as your attitude grows, so will your life. But a positive attitude is more than just a feel-good mindset. It's a tool for success. It's the fuel that propels you forward when the going gets tough. It's what keeps you motivated when the results aren't showing up as quickly as you'd like. And the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes to see the world in a way that supports your goals, your dreams, and your future. You have the power to shape your attitude. If you decide today that you will look for the good in every situation, you will find it. If you decide today that you will choose faith over fear, hope over doubt, and action over inaction, your life will change. So start today. Choose a positive attitude, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Because when you do, you'll find that life becomes a lot more rewarding, more fulfilling, and more successful than you ever imagined. Let me share something with you that could change the course of your life. Set big goals. I'm talking about goals so big, so audacious that they almost scare you when you think about them. The kind of goals that stretch you beyond your current abilities and push you to grow in ways you never thought possible. Because here's the reality, if you don't have big goals, you're going to settle for small results. It's easy to live life by default, to go through the motions and let the days slip by. Most people do that. They wake up, go to work, pay their bills, watch TV, and repeat. But that's not living, that's existing. If you want to live a life that's extraordinary, you have to decide to aim for something extraordinary. You've got to set a vision for your life that's so compelling, so exciting, that it pulls you out of bed in the morning and keeps you going when times get tough. Think about it. What's the point of going through life without a clear sense of direction? What's the point of working hard if you don't have a destination in mind? Big goals give you that sense of purpose. They make everything you do meaningful. They turn ordinary actions into extraordinary steps towards something bigger than yourself. But here's the trick with big goals: they won't always be easy, and they won't always be quick. That's what makes them big. If your goals don't make you feel a little uncomfortable, if they don't challenge you, if they don't make you question your own limits, then you're not aiming high enough. Big goals require you to grow, to change, to learn new skills, and sometimes to face fears you didn't even know you had. And that's exactly what makes them so powerful. Now, you might be wondering, what if I fail? Well, let me tell you something. Failure is part of the journey. In fact, failure is a sign that you're pushing the boundaries of what you thought was possible. You'll make mistakes, you'll encounter setbacks, but each failure brings with it the seed of growth. You're not failing, you're learning, you're evolving. And that's why big goals are so important. They teach you resilience. They teach you perseverance. They teach you that success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about overcoming it, time and time again, until you've reached the level you were meant for. Don't set goals that are easy. Don't set goals that just give you a sense of security. Set goals that make you reach, stretch, and strive for something more. Goals that demand more of you than you thought you could give. The key is to set a goal so big that it forces you to step out of your comfort zone and into a new version of yourself. And let me tell you this, when you set big goals and take consistent action toward them, you will surprise yourself. You will accomplish things you never thought possible. Because big goals, if approached with determination, discipline, and the willingness to learn from each step of the way, will force you to become the person capable of achieving them. I want you to ask yourself today, what do you really want in life? Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't let life pass you by. Set goals that challenge you, that inspire you, and that move you toward the person you were always meant to be. Remember, life doesn't hand you anything. You have to go out and claim it. And the best way to claim it is to set a goal so big that it forces you to rise to the occasion, to keep moving forward when it's hard, and to never, ever give up. So set those big goals. Write them down, make them clear, and then commit to them with everything you've got. Because once you do, your life will never be the same. Failure. That word scares a lot of people, doesn't it? It's something most of us try to avoid at all costs. But let me tell you something, failure is not the enemy, it's a teacher. It's a vital part of success. In fact, you cannot reach your highest potential without failing along the way. Success and failure go hand in hand like two sides of the same coin. If you're going to succeed at anything worthwhile, you have to learn how to embrace failure. You see, failure is not the end of the road. It's part of the journey. It's not a reflection of who you are as a person. It's simply the result of taking action, trying something new, and pushing yourself beyond your current limitations. Everyone who's ever done anything great has faced failure, sometimes multiple times. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to failure. Most people let failure define them. They try something, it doesn't work out, and they immediately decide that it's over. They make it personal. But here's the truth, failure isn't about you, it's about your approach, your strategy, your plan. When you fail, it's just feedback. You tried something, it didn't work, and now you have the opportunity to adjust and try again with more wisdom, more experience, and more insight. The key is to learn from it, not to be defeated by it. Every failure carries with it the lesson you need to grow. If you let failure stop you, it means you're giving up before you've learned everything you need to know. But if you embrace failure, if you see it as part of the process, you'll always be moving forward, always growing. Think about the most successful people you admire. How many of them reached their level of success without experiencing failure? How many times did they have to get back up after being knocked down? The truth is, failure is not something to avoid, it's something to go through. And the faster you go through it, the faster you learn, the faster you grow, and the faster you reach success. Let's be real, failure stings. It can be frustrating, discouraging, and it can make you question yourself. But it's in those moments that you have to make a choice. You can either let failure keep you down, or you can use it as fuel to propel yourself forward. If you learn to embrace failure as part of your growth, it loses its power to hurt you. It's just another stepping stone on your path to success. In fact, the more you fail, the closer you are to success. That may sound counterintuitive, but it's the truth. Every failure teaches you something you didn't know before. Every time you fail, you're getting one step closer to the breakthrough you've been working toward. So why would you fear it? Why not welcome it as a necessary part of the process? Here's the secret: failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. You can't achieve anything of value without facing challenges, without stumbling along the way. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people don't stop. When they fail, they get up, they adjust, and they keep moving forward. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up. Each time you get back up, you're one step closer to achieving your goals. So stop fearing failure. Start embracing it. See it for what it really is: an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. And when you do that, you'll find that success isn't just something you reach, it's something you build, step by step, failure by failure, lesson by lesson. So go ahead, fail. Learn from it. Then get back in the game. Because success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about using it to propel you forward toward your dreams. Let me tell you something that could transform your life. If you're not focused on growing yourself, you're moving backward. There's no standing still in life. You're either growing or you're shrinking, and it's up to you to decide which path you'll take. The greatest investment you can make is in your own personal growth. Because when you grow, everything around you grows. Your relationships, your career, your bank account, all of it is directly tied to how much you develop as a person. You see, success is not just about achieving external goals, it's about becoming the kind of person who deserves those goals. And the only way to become that person is through continuous personal growth. Think about it: the person who starts with limited skills, limited knowledge, and limited experience, but who is committed to growing every day, will far outpace the person who stays the same. Growth gives you an edge in life. It expands your potential. It opens doors that were once closed. So how do you focus on personal growth? First, you need to make a commitment to learning. Never stop learning. Too many people think that once they finish school, their learning is over. But that's just the beginning. The world is full of knowledge, and the more you invest in learning, the more you build the foundation for future success. Read books, attend seminars, listen to podcasts, surround yourself with people who know more than you do. The best way to grow is by soaking up knowledge, constantly pushing yourself to learn something new. But personal growth isn't just about accumulating knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge. Learning without action is useless. You have to take the ideas you're learning and put them to work. Try new things. Step outside your comfort zone. Learn from your experiences, both good and bad. As you apply what you've learned, you'll gain wisdom, and wisdom is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's the ability to make better decisions, to see things others can't see, and to navigate life with confidence. Another crucial part of personal growth is developing the right habits. Your habits define you. They determine the quality of your life. Good habits build your future, while bad habits can ruin it. The best investment you can make is in developing habits that support your growth, habits of discipline, focus, and consistency. It's not the big, dramatic actions that matter most, it's the small, daily actions you take that compound over time. The person who consistently reads a little each day, works on their skills, and strives to improve will see the results, while the person who does nothing will remain stuck. In addition to habits, personal growth is about developing the right mindset. You have to believe in your own potential. If you don't think you're capable of more, you'll never reach for more. But when you believe that growth is possible, that you can get better, that you can learn, that you can achieve, then nothing is out of reach. Personal growth requires the mindset of someone who is always moving forward, always looking for the next level, always committed to improvement. It's also about taking responsibility for your own progress. You can't wait for someone else to make you better. No one else is going to push you to grow as much as you can push yourself. If you're not growing, it's because you haven't made the decision to do so. When you take responsibility for your own growth, you stop blaming your circumstances, your environment, or the people around you. You take ownership of your own development, and you understand that you have the power to shape your own future. Personal growth isn't just for achieving success. It's also about becoming the best version of yourself. You'll find that the more you grow, the more you start to like who you are. You'll start to feel a deeper sense of fulfillment. You'll find that life gets richer, relationships become deeper, and opportunities become more abundant. Growth brings with it a sense of purpose. It makes you feel alive, energized, and inspired. The more you grow, the more you become the person you were always meant to be. So focus on personal growth every day. Make it a habit. Never stop learning, never stop improving, and never stop striving to be better. The more you grow, the more you have to offer the world. And in return, the world will give you more than you ever thought possible. Personal growth is the key to unlocking a life that's bigger, better, and more meaningful than you ever imagined. And it's something that no one can take from you once you grow. That growth stays with you forever. One of the most powerful principles you'll ever learn is this: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. The people you associate with, the people you surround yourself with, have a profound influence on your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your success. If you want to change your life, one of the fastest ways to do it is to change the people you spend time with. Now, I know this might sound a little harsh, but it's the truth. If you're hanging around people who are negative, who complain all the time, who aren't striving to improve themselves, then guess what? You're going to be just like them. You'll begin to think like them. You'll start to accept mediocrity as normal. But if you want to rise above your circumstances, if you want to push yourself to be better, you have to surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and expect more from you. The first step in surrounding yourself with success is to seek out people who are where you want to be. Look at the people who are living the life you aspire to and make an effort to be around them. I'm not saying you need to abandon your old friends or family members, but you have to recognize that you need to expand your circle. Find people who are successful in the areas you want to succeed in, whether that's financially, in your career, or in your personal growth. When you surround yourself with people who are succeeding, you naturally begin to rise to their level. Success breeds success. When you see others taking action, making progress, and achieving their goals, it sparks something inside you. It creates momentum. You begin to ask yourself, if they can do it, why can't I? You begin to raise your own standards because you're constantly seeing what's possible. But it's not just about being around successful people, it's also about being around the right kind of people. Success isn't just about wealth or achievement, it's about character, integrity, and mindset. You want to be around people who push you to be the best version of yourself, who inspire you to think bigger, act bolder, and live with purpose. You want to surround yourself with people who encourage you to grow, who support you when you stumble, and who celebrate your wins as if they were their own. That means you need to be intentional about who you let into your life. Don't let just anyone influence your thoughts, your time, and your energy. Be selective. You don't need to be surrounded by people who bring you down, who are constantly negative, who make excuses or put limits on what's possible. You need to be around those who challenge you to reach higher, who hold you accountable, who show you what's possible, and then expect you to rise to the occasion. It's also important to recognize that success isn't just about what people have accomplished, it's about how they think. When you spend time with people who think abundantly, who see opportunities instead of obstacles, who are always looking for ways to grow and improve, you begin to adopt that same mindset. Their way of thinking becomes your way of thinking. You start to see the world differently. You start to look at challenges as opportunities. You begin to understand that there is no such thing as impossible, only things that haven't been done yet. Here's the truth: you can't be great if you're always surrounded by small-minded people. You need to get around people who stretch your thinking, who push you outside your comfort zone, who demand more from you than you demand from yourself. When you do that, you start to think bigger, act bigger, and become bigger. Success is contagious, and so is failure. If you want success, you've got to be intentional about who you spend your time with. And let me tell you this, it's not just about physical proximity. You can learn from successful people without being in the same room as them. Surround yourself with books, podcasts, seminars, and other resources that expose you to successful thinking and ideas. Find mentors either in person or through their work and absorb everything you can. You can shape your life by choosing who influences your thoughts and actions. Don't let anyone limit your potential. The people you surround yourself with will either help you grow or hold you back. So choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who are successful, who are positive, who are driven, and who encourage you to be better. Because the more you surround yourself with success, the more success will become a natural part of your life. Success isn't just a destination, it's a mindset. And the people around you play a critical role in shaping that mindset. So if you want to reach new heights in your life, start by looking at the company you keep. Surround yourself with those who lift you higher, who push you to be better, and who inspire you to chase greatness. When you do that, success will follow naturally. Let me share a principle with you that's often overlooked but is absolutely essential to success: consistency and discipline. You see, many people get excited about the idea of success. They get motivated for a moment, and they take a few steps toward their goals, but that's where it stops. Motivation fades. The initial enthusiasm wanes. But here's the truth. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, it's not about how much motivation you have. It's about how consistent and disciplined you are over the long haul. Here's the secret most people miss. It's not the big, dramatic actions that make the difference. It's the small, daily actions that add up over time. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of hundreds, even thousands of small decisions, habits, and actions repeated over and over again. And the only way to make those actions stick is through consistency and discipline. Think about it. There are people out there who don't have any more talent than you. They don't have any more resources than you. The difference between them and you is that they've mastered the art of doing the right things day after day. They don't wait for inspiration to strike. They don't rely on motivation to get them going. They've made the decision to show up every day, to put in the work, and to keep going even when it's tough. Consistency is about making a commitment to take action, regardless of how you feel. There will be days when you don't feel like working. There will be days when you're tired or when the results aren't showing up as quickly as you want them to. But consistency means you don't give up on those days. You keep doing the work because you know it's the only way to get where you want to go. It's about building the habit of action, the habit of showing up, the habit of doing what needs to be done, even when it feels hard. Discipline, on the other hand, is about sticking to your plan, even when it's inconvenient. Discipline is the ability to say no to the things that are easy, fun, or tempting, and yes to the things that will move you closer to your goals. It's about developing the mental toughness to keep going, even when you're faced with distractions, setbacks, and obstacles. It's the ability to prioritize what matters most, to put in the work when others are taking shortcuts or slacking off. Discipline is what keeps you on track when motivation fades. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes. But discipline is a commitment. It's a daily choice. It's about being able to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's not about willpower. It's about creating a system, setting up routines, and building habits that make doing the right thing automatic. Most people think that success is about doing something extraordinary or flashy. They think it's about taking massive leaps or finding a shortcut. But the truth is, success is a byproduct of doing ordinary things consistently and with discipline over an extended period of time. It's showing up every day, doing the little things, and being willing to stick with it long enough for those little things to compound into big results. Here's where consistency and discipline truly pay off. They give you momentum. When you show up every day, when you keep taking action, you begin to build momentum, and momentum is a powerful force. Once you've created that momentum, success becomes inevitable. But momentum doesn't happen overnight. It happens through the steady, consistent application of effort. And when it comes to discipline, let me tell you something important. It's not about being perfect. You're not going to be disciplined every single day. You're going to slip up. You're going to make mistakes. But the key is to get back on track as soon as possible. Don't let a small mistake derail you. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week, a bad month, or a bad year. True discipline is about getting back up after a fall and getting right back to work, no matter what. Consistency and discipline aren't glamorous, but they are the keys to extraordinary achievement. They're the foundation that everything else is built on. Without them, all the motivation in the world will do you no good. But with them, you can achieve anything. So take a hard look at your habits. What are you doing every day? Are you consistently taking action toward your goals? Are you practicing the discipline to stay focused, to avoid distractions, to keep pushing through the hard days? If not, then it's time to make a change. It's time to commit to the small daily actions that will lead to massive results over time. Remember, success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And the only way to win a marathon is to keep going, one step at a time, with consistency and discipline, no matter how tough it gets. If you can master this, if you can commit to showing up every day and doing the work, success will not just be a possibility, it will be inevitable.